tell you what I'll do. I'll turn my mic on. Oh dear me. I'm so rusty on this home stream. It's unbelievable. How you doing, Stefan? How you doing, Sufficiently? How you doing, Lexus? How you doing, Spikes? I'll get there in the end. Believe it or not, this is all I ever used to do. The light's rubbish because a couple of my lights are gone. But if you check out any of my gaming videos, you'll see this. I usually this is actually my sim racing rig. There's a lot to it, but anyway. I'm just gonna send Chris a link. He's with his girlfriend CJ at the minute, so he may not join. Right, what's the topic? Hi, Sharon, Lady B. I think I said hello. Just give me a minute to think. Right, I'll tell you what the trouble is. Watch and read and go through so much stuff. Yeah, we're in Norfolk, GJ. Hey, John. So I watch so much stuff that I end up I need to use a pen and paper. I get absolutely lost on what I want to talk about. That's why there's been such a delay in doing these lives, actually. Because my head just goes. Yeah, I've got plenty of lighting, but it's a bit complicated. This hey, Carrie, how am I, darling? Don't you start calling me Pops. Christ's sake, I feel old enough as it is. It's a bit odd with the light, and there's a big light up there. What it should have is another two either side, but they've been taken out. So, nah, not really Speedway. I don't mind Speedway, really. I do, actually. Yeah, I like Speedway. I never go and watch it, though. I watch it on TV. Hey, Black Ops. How you doing, darling? How you doing, Mary Jane? But anyway, too much late. Look, who wants to look at that? I mean, seriously. I can sort some of that out. I got all the latent still. It should actually have another camera on here and all sorts of bits and pieces. What they've been sort of changed around. I could show you the whole rig. You'd understand a bit more then. But like I say, this is all sim racing rig, so it worked fine. But and this StreamYard is new to me because I would never use that. We run through OBS. Hello, Hayley. Well, I've been planning to do this for weeks, Hayley, but I get lost in what I want to talk about, and then I forget, and then I think, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, and I've literally been doing that for weeks. Yeah, I mean, we could talk about Chef. There was somewhat. I wish I had a better memory. There was something in particular I wanted to talk about. Yeah, right, okay. Right. So before I forget again. Hey, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, mate. Yeah, I wanted to just talk about the protests. Now, we know winter's coming. It's getting colder. These protests can't stop, guys. This is the plan. Just sit and wait everybody out until everyone's too cold and just want to sit on the settee and keep warm. But look at it this way: on a Saturday afternoon, you still go out shopping. You still go out around the town. It's still just as cold. You know, a couple of 3 hours. Just set that little bit aside and and try and get to your protests. If you can organise yourself into your little groups, like the Pink Ladies, get your own chapter, we'll call it, your own chapter of the Pink Ladies. Get yourself together. Contact the Pink Ladies on X if you need any help. Get your little group together. Maybe try and get somebody to donate a gazebo if it's possible for you to have a gazebo where you protest, just for a bit of shelter in case of rain or with cold. What we did yesterday at Epping, we took our gazebo and a small, it's only, I don't know, 2 foot long, a gas powered workshop heater. It just blows like hot air out of it. Again, if you could get somebody to donate that to the group, that's a big help, and that'll help people to keep coming out to the protests, hopefully. But you see, like Chesterfield, it wouldn't work at Chesterfield. There's really nowhere to put up a gazebo unless you put it in the road. So yeah, I mean, you can't do it there. We've just got to live with the weather. But like at Chelmsford, I took the gazebo, which was, it rained at Chelmsford, so at least some people could sort of get in and get out of the rain. Not everybody, it's not that big. And like I say, again, we took it to Epping, and that was lovely at Epping because I put the heater on at Epping, but I didn't to Chelmsford. But that was that was lovely at Epping. Just getting the gazebo. I had one side covered to just keep the cold breeze out. Put the heater on, and it was great. You could just pop in, have a quick warm your hands. We got to start looking at doing these little things. Like I say, the best thing is get yourself. Try and get yourself into a little group in your own area, and maybe set up a Pink Ladies group, or how about a blue men a blue men chapter. I don't know, why not? But you ladies out there, you are the key. You are the key to this. You've been woken up. And I've said it before, and I do actually mean it. Us blokes, we'll fly off the handle and get all aggressive and all the rest of it. Whereas the women generally are a little bit calmer, take a little bit more to wind up. But if you piss them off, then don't piss British women off, because they can be some umpty lots. And that's what they've done. They've pissed a lot of women off, and the women are coming out, and then the secondary from that, if the women come out, their husbands, sons, brothers tend to come out with them to keep an eye on them. so you increase the numbers by doing that. Another thing you could consider doing, if you live in Epping, maybe support Cheshunt or Braintree. Braintree's not getting a lot of support. The support's down a bit. Or Chelmsford, if you can, I know it's perhaps easy for me to say it, but no, that's just one off. That's one night only. Mystic protester. You know what? That was hilarious. That was. Yeah. If you didn't have a chant, you got to go and listen to the chant. I cheered the Epping ladies right up for that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to cover that with the protests because we I don't know. It's in my opinion, if they die off through the winter, it's going to be really hard to get them started up again when the weather warms up. And this is not a seasonal problem. This is a lot bigger than that. And I know the main protest focus point is illegal migration. Now, I believe the reason for that is because it's a thing. Just the general public, people like us, we can actually go to somewhere and it feels, um, a place to go and make your voice heard. Whereas, oh shit, I've lost track of what I was saying. Um, the issues. Yes, thank you, Wes. Yes, I know, mate. I'm as good as you, brother. Hope you're well, mate. I agree with that, Leanne. I agree 100% with that. I'll just go on a Donald Trump weave and then I'll get back to what I was saying. But 100%, Leanne. Now listen, I love Tommy to bits. Absolutely. I spent 7 months praying for Tommy. I would literally jump in front of a bus for him. So make no mistake about that. But we cannot rely on Tommy. He's just one man. I'm sure he's got a lot going on in the background. It's up to us. Kind of Eppin put it into the limelight. But it wasn't only about Eppin. Before Eppin, there was Aldershot with very few people, with other places, very few people, very little support. But Eppin stood tall and brought this to the forefront and brought a lot of attention, and it's boosted all of these demos. It's bringing out lots and lots more information that we never knew about, and it's doing really, really good work, in my opinion. And I just think we need to see it keep growing. I don't know now. I don't know what I was saying. Probably not that important. Exactly, Stefan. I agree with that. Don't get me wrong. UTK demo. It was a beautiful day. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Other than getting pissed through wet twice, then I was freezing cold. I was shaking. But I know I'm a bit feeble and old, so. Long Eaton Best Western has a protest every Saturday. What numbers of that? Yeah, well, that's the thing, NG. Now look at that. That's snazzy, isn't it? I'm like kid with a new toy with this. I've never ever used this StreamYard before. So it's got some little bits in it, like. So Long Eaton Best Western. Where's Long Eaton, NG? Tell me where Long Eaton is. I am Christian Spaceman. 100%. I got stuff to say on that as well, but I'll probably forget. So Long Eaton Best Western protest every Sunday. Numbers are down. Weather is getting worse. I agree with that, Kaz. I do believe that DP Audits tried to get something going, but it didn't get any traction at all. I might be wrong about it being DP Audits. It might be somebody else. But yeah, you see, that's another problem is, we can't give up on this. I don't even know where's Long Eaton. And if I do that, can I pull that tab off? Yeah, okay. So I think I can't see that. Long Eaton. Let's have a look. Where's that? Long Eaton. Other side of Birmingham. Yeah. Or other side of Leicester, actually. Be more accurate. So yeah, if you're out that way, guys, I mean, not not being rude or anything, but don't be scared of getting in your car. And anyone who hasn't been to a protest, um, with some exceptions, I guess, where there's a bit of beef go off, but generally speaking, I mean, I have great days at protests with the Patriot side. I've met so many friends. I've got really good friends in Epping, especially. Other towns go to, got good friends I've made. It's really heartwarming. It gives you back that feeling of community, believe it or not, because it's gone into it has gone. But other than getting beat up by the coppers and one thing or another, I really have a good time. Like, unlike you, Boris, I ain't heard of that, mate. Sounds a bit like me. I've got to try and read this chat now. This is, yeah, we do. It's a bit harder to get in there, Black Ops. I should keep your mods up to date, really. I've changed the Discord for security reasons, so it's now it's now by application. So if you want to join the Discord, you have to apply, and basically, if your name's not familiar, I won't let you in because we've had a few issues, and we've got a nice little community in the Discord. We have a good bit of chat on that, so that's the only way to get in is to you have to apply, and then we'll authorise it. So yeah, I agree with that, Kaz. I could talk about that as well. When I was a kid, if you wanted to go to the doctors, you just used to go up to the doctor's surgery, tell them your name, and go and sit down in the waiting room. My first doctor, he was called Dr. Lightbody. It's a good name, isn't it? but we all knew the doctor, you know. It's all right, because I forgot the other thing I was going to say, so I'll come back to Christianity. Yeah. Yes, it's a good name, and it's funny, Dr. Lightbody. He's odd looking as hell, he was. Oh, you could have a call at the house any time, Haley. Just ring the doctor up and they'd be out that evening. So with Christianity, I think there's a lot of confusion in this country. Now, I can't speak for everybody, and I might be completely off track, but they do all these checking. I don't know how they check, but basically checking on who's going to church attendances, and all the rest of it. But I think what they underestimate is the amount of people who can still be quite Christian and just don't want to go to the church for whatever reason. I, for example, I am Christian. I don't read the Bible. I listen to it on audio book. I won't currently. I won't attend churches because I don't trust them. With how they're preaching, because supporting certain ideologies to me is not their that's not their business. That's not for them to get involved in. So I won't go to church, but I'm I'm pretty Christian, and I think you'll find there's a lot of people, British people, who feel the same way, and for their own reasons, they don't go to church either. It is a shame, I guess, but it is what it is. I think the church attendances are actually growing, but I might be wrong about that. Yes, Haley, I did. I did watch that. He seems a funny lad, Steve Laws, to be honest with you. He's um, you know, I don't know how to describe the bloke. To be honest with you, I really don't know. There's a lot of. I'll make this quite clear if I have to. I'm not some kind of neo-Nazi. I'm not kind of none of the names. But a lot of what this state, I don't even know who he is. I just watch Liam Tuff's podcast. So I don't know. I ain't got a clue who he is, to be honest with you. But a lot of what he says makes sense. But then I'm more of, I would align myself more with Liam Tuff's um, opinion. You know, I don't want my son's best friend, who I've known since he was a child, chucked out. He wouldn't even, it did freak him out. And, you know, I wouldn't want to see that. So, but something needs to be done. In my opinion, what needs to be done, all immigration needs to stop now, completely. Stop it. And whether it's legal or illegal, it needs to stop in one way or another. And we need to sort this shit out. Yeah, well, I'm in the countryside, England, but you know, it's only a matter of time. It's all moving this direction. But something has got to be done, and this is what I was going to say regarding the protests. Although we go out and protest against illegal immigration, it makes it a little bit easier because you can say, oh, illegal, or, you know, coming in on the boats. But there's a lot deeper than that. People, in my opinion, are generally fed up with this immigration at the minute. There's way too much of it. It needs to stop and be sorted out. It's also protesting against Labour, Keir Starmer, being skint, rising taxes, cost of living, pensioners' heating allowance. You know, the list goes on and on. We're just sick to death of the whole lot of it, really. But that gives us kind of a place to go and, you know, voice unhappiness. But it's a lot wider picture than that. Well, yeah, no worries, Space. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I just refuse to go. I just refuse to go to church, um, because I can't trust whoever's in there telling me about Christianity. If I could go to a church, I would attend somebody like Ricky Dolan. If you know who Ricky Dolan is, a lot of people will. Um, because of the way he talks is the same as me. It's not all about this factions, you know, Catholics, Protestants, Baptists, Methodists, blah blah blah. To me, I couldn't care less. I'm a Christian, and the Bible's my book. So yeah, I used to go to Sunday school as well, and that's it for me. I'm not interested in all the rest, and to me, that's what vicars, pastors, whatever, that's what they should be doing. Sticking to the job, not every other job. You know, not condoning sins. That's not their position. That's not to say you've got to be anti this or anti that, but you um, that's up to God to deal with. You know, like I'm not anti-gay people, but as far as the Bible would be concerned, that's a sin. But that's not for me to judge that sin. That's God's job. I'll leave him to sort that out, and I'll just carry on with my day and mind my own business and hope, you know, that's all I expect back. But yeah, so I think Christianity's bigger in the country. Even if you're an atheist, if you've got any morals, then they pretty much stem from the Christian values of this country. So, and if you want to read Jesus' opinion on what's happening in the churches today, or these days for a while, read Matthew 23. Yes, that's the Bible verse. What sticks for me is Matthew 23. And if you read it, you'll see what I mean. So what Jesus was saying back in the times when he was milling around, he could quite easily say exactly the same now. Right, now what? If anyone wants to come up and say something, you're quite welcome to do so. I'll have a go at I'll have a go at making it work. But yeah, you're quite welcome to join. Yeah, there's a little bit of a test this, and I do need to get not really tinks. I don't know, mate. I think everybody's trying to keep their head down a bit. Oh, cheers, Space. I don't know if that was a compliment or an insult now, look. Yeah, I need AY in here. He can talk shit with me. Yeah. Oh, there we are. Hold on, I'd already got that copied anyway. There we go. It didn't come up, did it? Oh, yes, it did. I might not even let you in. I might look and go, nah. I can't have alien there. Right. So if you've got any non-smokers here or anti-smokers, just make you aware I'm a smoker. And how can I put this politely? If you don't like seeing someone smoke, tough shit. I try not to make too much of a habit of it, in all honesty, in case there's any youngsters, because it really is a shit habit, and I want to encourage youngsters. But nah, not 420. No. I'm just old school, guys. You know, again, this is a bit of a meet and greet kind of thing, I guess. Basically, me, I'm common as muck. I'm proper working class. That's not a brag. I'm common as muck, as they used to say in back in the day. I was born in 1963. I've been about a bit. Yeah, I'm 62. I don't feel 62, and I act like a twat. And it's a shame when the adult in the house is my son. But sorry, I had to be the adult in the house for long enough. Now he can be. He can be grown up one. I'll just be a twat. So I was born in 63. We lived in the middle of nowhere in a row of 10 semi-detached council house. All right, Kaz. See you, mate. Lots of love. God bless you. So we lived in it, yeah, right out in the way, middle of nowhere. We didn't have a bathroom. We got a bathroom finally. I was 7, I think. So what we used to have to do was, hey, BBA, how you doing, brother? Hope you keeping well, mate. So what we had to do was once a week on a Sunday, ready for school, we'd have a tin bath in front of the coal fire in the living room, and what would have been 4? There'd have been 4 of us and 4 kids, so we'd have to take it in turn. we had an outside toilet, literally outside in the yard. So in the winter, well, pretty much all year round, I think, if I remember rightly. Again, that was until I was about 7. Um, as kids, we was terrified of going down there, so we used to have piss pots under the bed. So you get in the picture. Like my mum used to work on the land, so she used to graft her tits up. That sounds a bit wrong talking about my mum, doesn't it? My mum used to work on the land, so you had to stick the graft in, literally, um, for very little money. So we didn't ever have any money or anything. We lived off hand-me-downs, blah 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 blah. Anyway, so that's why I'm common as muck, working class. Um, Chris is different to me. He's a bit more civilized. I don't know how I managed to produce a civilized child, but yeah, he sort of come from somewhere. But he's more civilized than me. Um, he never swears in front of me. He's more well spoken than me. He can speak better. I'm a bit slurry with my words and a bit common and stuff. So I left school when I was 14, and started work. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty kind of civilized, but I'm just down to earth. I just, you guys who watch the live streams, you know my big mouth is sometimes my worst enemy, but um, it's usually caused by something. I kind of I really dislike uh, mistreatment of people, or any, if I see anybody being bullied or picked on. I mean, I'm just no geezer, but I won't. I'd rather get beat up than um, stand by and do nothing. Especially obviously if it's a lady or a child. Um, I don't know. I think some people are like that, and a lot of people these days, they just kind of walk on by. I don't think I could do that. But a lot of that comes from sort of older fashioned upbringings, I guess. Um, for me, we're losing a lot of that, and I find it a bit of a shame. I was my dad is a bit of a prick, but some of what he said was right. um, but he would always say, "Manners make us manners manners maketh man," and politeness and respect are free, or something like that. But it was, and basically we was always taught you should respect everybody, respect everyone, because respect is lost. It's it's freely given and easily lost. Whereas trust is earned. That's the difference between the two. And there used to be a lot more respect, a lot more manners in this country, and a lot of that's gone, and that's a shame. And that's with the loss of the community, I believe, because like I say, when you're at protesting with similar people, similar views, whatever, there is that community feel. There is that mannerism. Um, yeah, we can't keep losing all of this stuff. We really can't. And my worry is for everyone in the country, really. I mean, I go and sit over there and just go, fuck it. I couldn't care less. It made no difference to me. Yeah, well, maybe. Not yet, anyway. Oh dear, I don't know. But things are just really weird in this country. That's the best way I could describe it. A time or two lately, especially in the last couple of weeks, I've had a bit of a bad time with I got PTSD and depression, so that sort of kicked in after Sheffield, put me in a bit of a mess, but it's what it is. Um, but a couple of times, I kind of said to Chris, I said, "Fuck!" I said, "You got to get me out of here." I said, "You got to get me out of here, mate. We got to get out. Got to get out of the country. Get me over Poland or Hungary or somewhere, please." I never thought in my entire life that um, I'd hear them words come out of my mouth, because I love this. I've always stood up for the country. You know, if anybody's ever said, better country, blah blah blah, I'd stand up for this country always. But it's mad, isn't it? And then you get to this stage, you go, "God, I wish I could get out of my country. Man, I wish I could get out of my own country that I love. I still love the country. I just don't like the direction." And then I start to wonder, is it because I'm getting old? You know, like I can remember back to when we was kids, and I don't know, like punk rock is a good example. Ah, absolute scandal! What the hell's going on? The world's falling apart. So I think a lot of the times, is this just another, punk rock? Is this another fad? I think some of it is, but the rest of it isn't. It's definitely not a fad. It's way too serious to be a fad. It can't be allowed. But yeah, so it's really, really confusing state of affairs. And then we got the budget on Wednesday. Oh, anyway, forget the budget. Forget the budget. Listen, let's not forget Northern Ireland. Now we go, because I noticed Northern Ireland. I think it's Amber. But listen, Northern Ireland, Freedom Dad 73. Get him on your YouTube. I dare say there's some more. Well, there is some more I've subbed to him, but I can't remember the names. But I do watch quite a bit of Freedom Dad. He's a Protestant, so I'll tell you. I know there was a possibility of some whatever, but he's trying to do his best to bring the two, on this issue. I think the communities are pretty much coming together anyway over the time. I think the issue he's having is the Catholics are a little bit afraid of being seen to start joining with the Protestants. You know the situation in Northern Ireland, and there are still nefarious tactics deployed over there. We can't. Yeah, thanks, Mary Jane. Love you, mate. God bless you. You stay safe, mate. But yeah, Freedom Daddy's, from what I've seen, I mean, I don't know. I have met him, actually. I met him in at the UTK rally. So I have met him. He's quite honest about what he is. He was he got sent to prison when he was in the Troubles. I believe it was Troubles related. I'm not sure of the details. He's quite honest and open about that, and seems like a good guy to me. And he is trying trying his best to, um, bring the Catholics and Protestants together. Now, I was watching him earlier, confronting the Sinn Féin councillors, I believe they were. Yeah, that's right, Space. It's gonna exist. It's always gonna it'll perhaps take 100 years or never. I don't know, but it's a fact it still exists. But like you say, some of the Catholics are seeing the bigger picture, you know, and the Protestants have got to do the same. They've got to say, all right, if you want to have a scrap, have a scrap later. At the minute, you got to come together on this issue. So yeah, Freedom Dad, good guy. He's out and about. He gets a lot of shit. And Pinky, I don't even know who Pinky is, but I keep hearing about him. He's another activist in Northern Ireland. I don't know whether he's got a YouTube or not, but he gets a lot of stick. Pinky. Yeah, strange these names you hear. But they're trying over Northern Ireland. But if there's anyone here from Northern Ireland, well, I guess if you're here, you probably know. It's crazy, and I don't really like to get into too much political party rivalries and stuff too much. But the thing what always struck me with weird since I had my eyes opened was Sinn Féin. They're Republican Party, so they're all for a complete united Ireland, which fair play to them. That's their right to do that. But it seems they're willing to cripple the country to achieve the goal. It just makes no sense. I mean, Southern Ireland, take a look at Southern Ireland, they've got it worse than Northern Ireland. And it's just crazy. All the blood they spilt and the fighting they did and the sacrifices they all made, they got the Republic of Ireland and now kind of just giving it away. it's I don't know, crazy. I mean, that's how it looks for me as an outsider looking in. Obviously, I know more about what's going on in the UK than Ireland, but I do try and keep up with Northern Ireland because we must never forget. I mean, to be honest with you, I consider all Irish people from the north and the south, the whole of Ireland, my kind of cousins or, rightly or wrongly, I don't know. Same as Scottish people, I'm Scottish brothers or my Welsh brothers. Yeah, so. Oh dear. But yeah, Freedom Dad's unhappy. But he seems to do a good job. I don't mind watching him. And there is another streamer on the southern side, but I can't bloody remember his name. He's quite outspoken as well. No. I mean, I could give you my opinion, but someone somewhere along the line isn't going to be happy with it. Because I can't try and be straight to the point. Yeah, 420 audits. Yeah, he's another good one to sub if you want to get a little bit of info from Northern Ireland. I just can't say it how it is, and some people take it as being a bit rude or insulting or whatever, but it's not meant that way. The best I can say is, like, if you want to carry on fighting each other, fair play, whatever. But just for now, put it aside. Just put that to one side. Sort it. Stick together and sort this shit out. Then you can have the biggest barney of your life. Yeah, it's a deep run subject, which is why I'm not going to say anything because it's some people would certainly be offended, and I don't mean it that way. And I'm not educated enough. I am trying to educate myself on the history of um, what happened in Ireland, and some of what I've seen so far, the British government was totally out of order. Like, it was a lot of what they did and the tactics they employed and stuff. It weren't a good thing. But we're talking about something what started like in the 1800s. Well, before then, really, I guess. That's when the sort of uprising as such for independence. That was in the 1800s. Yeah, it's actually 1800 Spaceman. I can't remember what it was. That was one of the first ones I watched, and yeah, I mean the British government they was pretty harsh on the Catholics in a lot of respects. So you know you have to try and look at things from both sides, and everybody suffered, and just, you know. Um, uh, Everybody tags it with religion. Everybody sort of tags it really with Catholic and Protestant, but it's not. It's about a united Ireland, really. Um, the religious side of it just makes it far more complicated. But really, yes, um, the Catholics, which would have been more original, indigenous Irish, if you want to call them that, whereas the Protestants was the product of British colonialism or imperialism or whatever the name is. Um, I've been meaning to do it for a long time, Amber. But what I should do is I'll have other people on here anyway. This is kind of just see if everything still works, kind of thing. Really, just have a chat. I don't know, get to know a few people who come in the chat. Um, but yeah, the intention is to have maybe have a guest or two on just for a chat. We actually stole all of Ireland space. We kind of nicked it all, to be honest with you. But there you go. It was, back then it was tough shit, wasn't it? he who wins gets the spoils, kind of thing. But times change. We move on. But yeah, the history's I found quite interesting. No, it's a bit weird, really, because now I'm kind of more used to being behind the camera. No, this is not going to X. I can do it on X. It'll multi-stream. You space as far as I'm concerned, mate. You can have it back, but you know how it'll be. One half of you'll be happy, the other half will be up the arse about it. So I don't know. I ain't got an answer, mate. I got no answer. It's far too complicated for my two brain cells. Same as the Gaza Israel thing. I don't get involved in it because one of the most effective weapons of war is propaganda. So I don't believe a shit word of what either of anyone says about it. So I'm not interested because they're all spinning their own propaganda. I mean, that's a fact. It doesn't matter what side you're on. I'm not on a side. You'll never get the truth. You know, even if you go to Israel, you'll never get the truth because well, we don't even get the proof here. The proof here, do we? We get lied to and things hidden. So, uh, whatever. Let somebody else deal with that who does understand it. Whatever. My opinion on it is, can't you all fucking grow up and stop shooting each other? And that goes for Russia, Ukraine as well, and anywhere else they're shooting people. Like, fucking grow up, mate. It's 2025. Like, let's do something a bit more interesting than shooting each other. Just retarded. But that's just me. But like I said to somebody, there's no profit in peace. Yeah, he loves a bit of football, old Gaza. Yeah, you're right, Spice. Yeah. Christ sake. What we should do is, as far as reparation go, I think we should pay reparations. I think that's fair enough. I'm not sure. I don't even know how long the British Empire lasted. But yeah, dish the old reparations out. That's fair enough. I don't know how rich Italy is, but then surely we're due for reparations for 400 years of uh, Roman occupation and slavery. So we're probably quids in. We're perhaps up on the old reparation. Well, and then we got the Vikings, they invaded. So we want some for Denmark and Sweden and the Danes. Yeah, we want a bit of poke off them because they invaded and nicked all the women and gold and all sorts. So we'll send them a bill. It's just stupid, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. And did you know we was still paying back money from World War Two up until 2006? Oh dear. And I think I'm right in saying that we actually um, give up or scrap the debt on what Germany owed. So make that make sense. Yeah, we won the war. We're still paying for it. 2006. Way. I'm not looking forward to it, Amber. I'll tell you why I'm not looking forward to it because this Labour government is acting worse than the last Labour government that bankrupted us. I can't remember exactly when it was. I believe it was late 70s, I believe. But don't take my word on that. Google it. I'm too lazy. But they bankrupt the country. I was reasonably young then, so my facts. I think I was about 15, something like 15 or 16. But my father had a haulage company that went broke. We was a hair's breadth away from losing the house. Yeah, the IMF had to bail us out. Interest rates went absolutely through the roof. I believe they got somewhere, we'll say 15 to 20%, roughly, as a guide, thereabouts. Probably more on some mortgages because you know what a bunch of crooks the mortgage companies are. And what you sat to hear, Amber? What have I done? What have I said? Wait, let me read the text. Yeah, you're right, Space. Um, oh, but yeah, losing everything. Yeah, it weren't really a big effect on me because I didn't really understand it. I was a bit too young to sort of. A lot of it was hidden from me anyway, and I was a little bit too young to understand. So I think I was around about 15. Yeah, yeah. It built it up from one lorry. I mean, it wasn't a big haulage company, but it built it up from one lorry and just him driving. He'd got four. He'd got four lorries and three drivers working for him. We was doing well finally, and yeah, then that happened. But like worse than that was there was a lot of people losing their jobs, then losing their houses, and was in a rape muddle. And yeah, I know Black Ops. They're usually one of the first to start struggling. Cheers, space. I'll make you mod in a minute, mate. What's a fucking Mardler from Everingham? That's too Norfolk for me, Gary. I ain't that Norfolk, mate. I don't do Mardlin. I can't remember what Mardlin is. I can remember the name. Yeah, it gets pretty tough with the haulage companies because if the economy changes, then logistics have got a good chance of changing as well. They keep going on about inflation. Oh, right, okay. They keep going about inflation, but what they don't tell you is the amount of food inflation, which I believe is somewhere up in 5+%. Right, space. All right. Um, you see, and with food the food prices go up. So um, us skint lot, you got to kind of try and cut back a little bit. So then that affects the retail market, and then that affects the all the logistics, the transport firms. They're getting less work, but they've got the same drivers. So, they can get quite hit quite easily. Plus, they've got the national insurance rise that they had to deal with. Um, I did see something on YouTube earlier from the Sun. It was a sort of a short synopsis of what they expect um, from the budget, and the bit what they said won't really affect me a lot. Um, there's probably something in the details which will, but I think they've just completely lost a grasp on reality. I really do. I think they make no sense to me whatsoever. um, they all keep wanting to give stuff away. I thought, but with skin, just madness. Latest one I see was public transport should be free. I can't remember which dimwit said that, but one of the communists. Why should public transport be free? I know it sounds nice, but what about people like me, where there is no public transport? If you want to use public transport, you got to walk for 3 miles for a bus. What might turn up twice a day. So what use is free transport for us? Sorry for people who live in the city. Yeah, they think that's a great idea. But most of them travel for free anyway. There's just bars the barriers from what I see. It's only us British idiots what seem to pay. Yeah, exactly, Gary. It's just a joke, mate, isn't it? So I thought, well, perhaps us who live in rural communities, we ought to get a some kind of a rebate because we'll be paying taxes for all them in the city getting free transport, but we won't get any. Yeah, it's mad. Absolutely mad. And the latest thing is lifting the two-child benefit cap. Um, Now, I know some people may think that that sounds like a good idea, but I don't think it is. Personally, I think a better idea than removing the two-child benefit cap is that working parents should be given incentives, even up to the point of um, paying one wage to um, if there's a couple and they want to have children and they want to raise the children and maybe have three or four, then the parent who stops working, be it the man or the woman, gets a um, decent enough wage that she can stay at home and be a mother. To me, that's the high end. Other than that, they need tax breaks and incentives for people who are working, not just lifting the cap off of universal credit. Because the biggest we've had this before, that the biggest beneficiaries of removing the two-child benefit cap are people who sit at. I mean, I don't mean to be offensive, but it was a thing years back when they brought the two-child benefit cap in. A lot of it was due to a Channel 4 program called Benefits Britain, and people like Mick Philpott was on there, if you can remember him. I won't go into that, but it documented people on. No, I don't blame everyone for not working. But that was what that was about. You know, people and I've personally seen it where people have enough children that it's more profitable to go on benefits and claim for all the children. Okay, it's not a long term solution because the children grow up and then your benefits don't go down, but um, kind of that's life. Then if that parent wanted to return to work, then they could, I guess. I don't have all the answers. I'm not a politician. I'm just some bloke. But that's the kind of thing it needs. And I'm not saying nothing about people who are disabled or one thing or another. You don't have to have just a one size fits all. You know, you can have exemptions and different things to cover different situations. There's no reason why you can't do that. They do now anyway. But yeah, like I say, it's an emotive subject because it is quite complicated. But like I say, I don't think just taking the cap off is the answer. I really don't. We'll see. I think that could be the straw that breaks the camel back of the benefit system. We'll see. What do I know? I don't know. I ain't got all the answers. I just I knew we'd hit troubled times with it with a Labour government, because history will tell you the story. Labour governments have always um, borrowed more, spent more, taxed more, but all in the public service. Like more money at the public services and themselves. Spending beyond the means, borrowing too much, taxing too much. Like I say, you can look back in history and see what's occurred before. It just seems the current government seem to be on steroids. They seem to be on some kind of speed run to self destruct. But some have said that, you know, that's more or less the plan, is break the country down and then build it back up, a new kind of thing in their, ideological way. No, I don't think it should be gone before the end of the week. It's difficult, you see, because when they when they sack a chancellor, that that causes quite a lot of issues with the markets and gilt prices or dividends or what I call them. All of that kind of stuff gets really scared about that. So then you see stocks fall and possibility of inflation and interest rates rises. So they're never keen on getting rid of a chancellor. I don't know when she'll go. I just really don't. I think if she has a bad budget and the backbenchers revolt like they did the last time when they tried to bring in the new benefits thing, which, which is hilarious. They wanted to bring in a new benefits bill to save 5 billion, and by the time they'd done it, set it up, it's gone up, I think, by 1 billion. What am I on about? I don't know. What are you on about? I don't know who he is. I'll have to explain. We'll have to wait till Wednesday and see. Again, the whole thing's a bit tricky. Like we all desperately want Starmer out. But the trouble is, you got to be careful. You got to be careful what you wish for, because if he's gone, who replaces him? I don't know. Personally, I don't like the look of any of them. Sort of not a good choice. Not a good choice. What we've got, really, is it? And you're probably right, exit. But like I say, that's just a bit. That's a bit iffy, really. You know, Shabama Banana as Prime Minister. You know, I don't think people would be happy swallowing that one. Really, I don't know. Might be wrong. Oh. Or old lambkins. Get old Lammy in there. Jesus Christ. He'll probably give the UK to China. I'm the same as you, Amber. I like Rupert Lowe, Ben Habib. He's always been everything I've ever seen from him. He's always been consistent. He's never wavered. He says the right things. Um, Same with Advance. I don't like to get too much into this kind of discussion, and I'll explain why. But I am a member of Advance, and I do love Rupert Lowe, so I kind of agree with everything you said. I don't think it's a case of they'll be allowed into power. I'm not sure if they'll be able to outdo reform by the next general election. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, we've kind of just got to sit and wait and see, really, on all of this. I did vote reform in the last general election. If things stay in a similar position as they are now, then I'll vote reform again. So I'll be quite honest with you. It's not that I'm a reform fanboy or nothing like that. Everything's about the money, exit. I'm not anybody's fanboy. If I like what they say and I think they'll do what they say, then I'm up for that. Ben Habib and the Advance Party, they are saying the right things and they are actually developing policies. But what do we do? If it was a general election tomorrow, I'd have to vote reform because there's nobody else for me to vote for. And if I don't vote, then I've really got no business in complaining about the state of the country because I've basically done nothing to change it. So I feel obliged to vote. I don't trust Nigel Farage, Leanne. I'll be quite honest with you. I don't. Like I say, that still don't mean to say I won't vote, but no, I don't trust him. Reform's biggest problem is if before the election they talk the talk and get into power, they need to be hit the ground running, literally. They need to be doing some serious shit. If not, people are going to be kicking off really, really quickly because that's what they're voting them in for. Sort this shit out. So if they just sit around on the hands, blaming Labour and blaming the Tories and blaming next door's cat and all the rest of it, people are not going to stand for it. That's my opinion. Yeah, I agree, Space. Yeah, I'm not happy about it, mate. Don't get me wrong. But who else? Like I say, it's either a vote for reform or not vote at all. And I do feel at this time I've got to do something. Yeah, there will be alien. Yeah, if they fuck up, it's people are gonna be 10 times unhappy than what they are now because they was the great hope at the last general election, and many people, include reform voters and supporters, do feel let down, even if they only say it in private. I think they do feel a little bit let down, but they've started to say more and more of what we want them to say, so we've got to hold the feet to the fire on that, which is all we can do if they get into power. But they'll get one hell of a rough ride if they don't hit the ground running and do some shit we want to do, and they ought to know that. But who knows? The politicians, they're all corrupt. They're all bent. Fucking lot of them. All that's about is back pocket. They're all donkeys. So we got to vote for the best donkey. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I'd rather not be living in these interesting times, though, to be honest with you. But it's not just a UK issue. It's not just a European issue. It is what everybody keeps saying. It is a global conspiracy, and you can see it with your own eyes. Wherever you watch protests happening, we'll call them the left, but I don't believe they are actually the left. I think they're just the far left extremists. But whatever, we'll call them the left. Um, they're all saying the same thing. They're all reading off the same hymn book, be it Portland in America, be it Australia, be it New Zealand, be it in all the European countries. All of these lefty protesters, they're all chanting the same chants. They're all saying the same things. They've all got similar placards. It's it's coming from somewhere. It's just way too organised. Where us on the right will say, we ain't organised for shit. We ain't got no funding and pre-made signs and all the rest of it. We just do it out of our own back pocket. But um, people with our kind of views, which I just call normal, to be honest with you, it is spreading in a similar fashion, and they're actually all saying pretty much the same as we are. Enough's enough, stop all this sort sort things out. Two-tier police, even in America. If you watch the Portland ICE demos where they got Antifa and all the rest of it, you can see it with your own eyes as two-tier policing. So they've even got that in all these other countries. I mean, Germany, France, Italy, there's, wherever you look. So it is definitely a well organised, well funded um, effort, should I say. I'm kind of confused, really, what the end game is, but I don't like the look of it. Who's complaining? Exit me. I never said I was a wise fella, mate. I ain't got no answers. Got no answers at all, mate. I fear the solution, or I fear the ultimate solution. I'm not going to get involved with that because all of that ends up in talking about revolutions and um, military takeovers, which is just a load of bollocks. It's just never going to happen. So I think there's more chance of a civil war breaking out in America than in this country. Um, it's just not viable for such a thing to happen in this country on a large scale. It's just not if you be realistic about it. Yeah, I know, mate, but we're kind of basically disarmed and helpless, and what are the two sides going to be? No, I don't think either will happen, Amber. To be honest, I think it's just pie in the sky. I do foresee, or um, I think there's more chance of I think there's more chance of kind of more of a gang. Yeah, it's a similar thing to Northern Ireland. That kind of dispute. That could I could. Yeah, that's my staffy, Amber. Hey Reggie, how you doing, mate? Good to see you, brother. Well, I haven't really been complaining too much. It is what it is, and we got to do what we can do. If you've got any answers, exit, then I'm happy to hear them. I mean, I can tell you to get your pitchforks out, and we'll go and overthrow the government if you want. But it's a bit retarded because that's not going to happen, is it? They'll shoot us. So, I don't know. The best thing we can do is keep putting pressure on with protesting, and fingers crossed. Um, we can do it politically. You could, Amber, but I can't move my camera. My camera's fixed up there. No, Reggie, that was just a one-off, mate. One-off appearance. One-off appearance, mate. That was. Nah. Well, I thought lots and lots of police from lots and lots of police forces keep insisting that I'm a protester. I thought I'd give them what they want for one night, and I'd be a protester. That's the first protest I've ever done in my life. I'm there recording, but I don't get involved with it. I'm not saying I don't support it, but I don't. I don't get chanting and stuff. Well, I'm a glass half empty guy. Space. So my natural way of thinking is we're fucked. It's got to end up in massive destruction. But I've got to be more positive about that because I mean that's not, you know. Yeah, I think. You see, we're all in this same quandary of coming up with an answer. I don't know. I never thought I'd be in this position or feeling in this position. So, how do we get rid of the boots? Undo the laces and take them off. Oh, boats. Um, the answer to stopping the boats is simple. We send the Marines out in ribs. The dinghies are an absolute piece of piss to track on radar because the airport motor um, is good enough to be tracked. Radar will pick the metal from the airport motor, and they track them anyway, as we know. So it's a piece of piss. Royal Marines, ribs, rope on the small boats, tie them back to France, shove them up the beach, shoot the dinghy, wave goodbye. What the French going to do? Wave the white flag and run off. Yeah, the French don't give a shit. whinging she wants a toilet. Yeah, we can track them on radar. Piece of piss exit. Piece of piss, mate. They track on radar. The defence money's already there. We were already paying the Royal Marines to sit around on their ass doing jack shit. No offence to Marines. I don't mean it like that. But you'd be surprised how many of the military just sitting around on base, just on British bases for weeks and months at a time. So they're already being paid. They've already got the ribs. They've already got the guns. So tow the boats over there. Disable the dinghies with a couple of rounds. Don't thank me for my service. I've never served. Unless I missed something, but it's not that easy. It is that easy. 100% it's that easy. Why is it that? Why is it not that easy? Riddle me that. The laws of the sea state quite clearly. Yeah, I'm just a rebel, Space. You know me, mate. Rebel without a cause. The laws of the sea state that we're well entitled to return them back to the port of origin. So the government, as usual, just spinning you full of bollocks, saying they can't do it when legally they're quite entitled to do it, and that's in, I think, 4 or 5 different parts of the legislation covers that. That's just bullshit. Yeah, of course they are. It's a rigged game. It's just a rigged game. Simple as that. I can't remember which hotel chain it is, but there's one hotel chain which houses these. I suppose I have to call them refugees, or I don't know, whatever they are. Housing their new visitors, and they're owned by a French company. The NGOs in France, which are funded by charities and I guess governments maybe, or whatever they are. That's what the Navy's for, exit. I'll tell you what to do. If you're ex-service, if you know any Marines, ask them if they would like to go and deal with it. They would be more than happy. I can assure you of that. But yeah, governments as well. You know, the web is the web is massive. This is why it's a job to track it down, and you have to try to follow the money. But it's big corporations, big money and stuff, which is. Well, we know they're lying because they keep getting caught out, you see. So that's not a conspiracy theory. That's like saying the BBC tell the truth or report factually or whatever you want to call it. Like we've seen it. They don't. It's just they just spin it. And money is the root of all evil. It's what I said to somebody. There's no money in peace. So conflicts, turmoil, that's where the profit is. The left complained about the rich getting richer. Yeah, they are getting richer. They're getting much richer. But they're anti, or they're pro refugees, are welcome here, and all of this. But the fact that the refugees are coming here and living in hotels is making the rich richer. So it's an illogical argument. It just makes no sense. No, I don't think so, Leanne. Oh, who the bloody hell was it? I think it was actually one of Danny Roscoe's streams, if I remember. I might be wrong because I watch a lot. Um, but they pulled it up on the screen so you could see these different maritime laws, and there was basically four or five which would sort of cover them being returned. And rest assured, the military would be quite happy to go and hook a rope on them and pull them back. Well, I'll say that. They'd probably be worried Starmer will try and get him into court. So. Yeah, you're welcome to join the Discord, Amber. I'll sort it out somewhere. I decided to lock the Discord down a little bit and be more careful about who I let in there. We had some idiots crop up, so it's a pretty good place there. People just chill out and have a chat. So. Oh, you got it, are you, Lady B? You're a legend. Lady B's a legend. Ah, cheers, Space. Let's say it's a kind of test run. Chris isn't here. If Chris was here, if you click on that Discord link, Amber, it'll it'll come up with something. I'm not sure what, but it will. It's like an application, if you like. So you have to click on it and like apply to join, but like because we know who you are now, we know you're not an infiltrator. So it should work, hopefully. It's not something I've ever had to do, but we did have some infiltrators we had to deal with, and it's just a pain in the ass. It's not fair on the other people in there. Yeah, I agree with that, Gary. Yeah, that's my big concern. Okay, Lady B. Can I switch to the background for the green screen fans? I can if you want. What you want? Yeah, okay, Amber. Yeah, no worries, mate. Not really. No, no, well, no, mate. Yeah, you're known anyway. So, what have I got to decide on now? I don't think I can from in here. No, I don't think I can. Oh, I might be able to. Right. There you go. How about that one? I don't like the sound of that Space. Sounds a bit neo-Nazi. It's probably just a football club. I don't know. Yeah, look. No, I don't think they have to be registered to a country, Amber. Leanne, sorry. Uh, I'm not 100% sure on it. Oh, bloody hell. I might be able, I'm not sure if I've got I think the pictures of my dogs are on the other PC. Let me have a look. I think they might be on my other PC, so I can't. I don't know much crap on here. I can't find it. What that? Oh, you can't see it. Yeah, I don't know where the dopey dogs pictures are. I got that much stuff on here, especially this PC. Got to do a lot of my editing on here, so I got bloody videos and screenshots and all sorts everywhere. No, oh, what's that? Oh, hang on. No, I've got my old stuff on here. I don't think you'll be even better to see it because that'll be behind me. So no, you can't see it because it ends up behind me. Oh, that's no good. Right, someone's distracted me out of the background. So that'll do. Jeez. Right. Yeah, I'll sort it out for next time, Amber. I'll stick it on my little portable SSD. Just try to catch up with what you're saying. Give me a minute. Cheers, AJ. Nice one, mate. Yeah, we do try, Amber. Like I say, we was always a home streamer because we was originally a gaming channel. There's still videos um, on the channel homepage. So if you want, you'd have a quick look, and you better see my sim rigs all here. It's a massive sim rig, and then I got a 49-inch monitor there, and a 36 monitor above it. So it's, like I say, it's a gaming rig. So right. I mean, I could put it on for you, Amber, if you really want. I'll just go and put it on my SSD from the other PC. Yeah, we was originally a gaming channel. I've actually been on YouTube since YouTube come out. No, except I haven't. Nah, sorry to disappoint you. I originally started off as a fishing, carp fishing channel. As I changed that and then was an airsoft channel, Then we changed to mainly sim racing or sim type stuff. I've got Microsoft Flight Simulator, Truck Sim, and then racing simulators. So we're doing them, and then we got well, I'd say drawn into this because my eyes were shut, so we kind of did, and we sort of ended up. This is all we get time for now is the situation of this bloody country. Although actually, that's a little bit of a lie. No exit. I haven't, mate. Yeah, it's a bit mad space, isn't it? I I'm a bit what do you call it? I don't know. I get in and out of hobbies, but I've never got out of my fishing. I never would sell my fishing equipment. Um, we also did. We haven't had time to do that either. Myself and Chris. Um, we did kart racing. Well, I did kart racing on my own years ago. Just before Chris was born. I used to race 1252 stroke gearbox class karts, and that got too expensive, so I had to give that up. But me and Chris got back into it, so we got two proper racing karts in the workshop. I also love my motorbikes. Yeah, we're about to survive, Amber. Um, I got a couple of free good high-powered air rifles, and there's lots of pigeons and rabbits around here, so we got plenty of grub. Yeah, I can do a bit of fishing, so we'll be all right. And I got a generator, so we'll be all right for a little while. Timeline on Starmer. Oh God, I don't know. I don't know. He just should have been gone by now, really. But I think probably by about March, I reckon. Yeah, I looked at crossbows at space. There's a couple I really like the look of. No, I don't, Gary. Um, let me see. I can't see an application magnetic. Hasn't popped up on my Discord unless Lady B or somebody's dealt with it. Well, we all know the answers to that forever. Did you, Gary? Yeah, yeah. I've done a lot of paint spraying over the years. I've got hang on, who counts? 1, 2, 3, 4. I got five different motorbikes that I restored from scratch. That was quite a challenge. Yeah, I looked at that with space, but they're not very powerful, are they? The ones I looked at was one big fucking big fucking get in there. I can't remember what it was now. It was about 1,200 quid, I think, something like that. Then I saw, I don't know. I think the little repeater ones. I think that still sting a bit. I think that still make a dent, wouldn't they? Yeah, I've seen them. You can get some mods and whatever for them. Some of them repeater ones. Yeah, well, I started going fishing when I was 5, Gary. My dad used to take me fishing when I was like from 5 years old. So then he got me into carp fishing. Yeah, my old chap used to do a lot of carp fishing when we was kids. He'd sometimes pike fishing. He used to bring pike home. We used to eat them. Yeah, I think it would space. They're pretty pokey even. I think that's what are they 60 or 80 FPS still. Patrick, behave yourself, will you? Christ's sake, I know it's you. Oh dear, mate. Well, I know a magnetic fisherman. Who I've met a couple of times. He does a bit of streaming. Now it's all catch and release, amber. Because it's fresh water. You can actually, you are legally allowed to take two to eat, but a bit rank really. Um, Especially carp because they always taste muddy unless they've been specially reared for eating. If you hadn't misbehaved in the Discord, Patrick, you'd still been in there, but you had to be a toaster. Oh well, there you go. I didn't know whether it was you or not, but yeah, I met you. How you was at Chelmsford? Was it? I must have said hello. I don't know. I got head like a sieve. Oh dear. I kind of recognise people by the faces. I know, when I go, I see people. Oh, mate, how you doing, bro? But it's a nightmare for me to um, remember people's names, and what day it is, and what my name is, and what I was just gonna do. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh. Okay. I know all the ladies, mate. All the ladies love Mystic. Bloody hell, they meant pink ladies, and those crazy. Just want to go to Epping or various places like Chelmsford and where you on toilet? You on toilet? Right. Go say, guys, let this toast. Oh dear. Such a fruit leap, that dog. Right. You're as bad as me, Space. I don't use the only thing I use my mobile phone for is bloody phone calls and text messages. Mental. I love the ladies. Magnetic, not in a pervy way. There's some lovely ladies, the pink ladies. I always get loads of hugs and sweeties and all the rest of them. They look after me. Like especially Epping. I love Epping. I love the people of Epping. No disrespect to anybody else, but Um, I attended the second ever stream protest. I believe it was the second at Epping, and I got a smartwatch. I never said I could use. I used my smartwatch for telling the time. I think it was the second protest at Epping, and it was don't spam exit. Don't get yourself banned, mate. I know it's you, Patrick, anyway. But that was the first time it kicked off, and I got clipped by a police van, knocked fucking flat on my face forward into the road, ripped my knee open, broke my hand, broke my thumb, cut my elbow, one thing and another. So I was a bit knocked about, but anyway, luckily I got whipped out of the road. Was he there for that magnetic, was he? And all the Epping ladies, some of the blokes as well, in fairness, they was straight round me to check on me and help, and it was really heartwarming. It was a very, very lovely community feeling. Jamie, I can't remember his second name, but he's a reform councillor, young Jamie. He then come and tried to help bandage my knee up, and in the end, two of the checkout girls came out from bloody Tesco's, believe it or not, with a big first aid kit and bandaged my knee up. And I got so much love and so much compassion or empathy or whatever you want to call it, that I feel a real connection with Epping. So yeah, that's the deal with Epping. They kind of got a special place, really. And like I say, that was that was the first time I've ever been to anything like that. I've never been to a protest. Don't protest around here. And I've already said hi to Wesley. Where are you, Wesley? Wesley, I've already said hello to Wesley. Yeah. That was my first ever protest. What a protest. Kicked off with the lefties. Yeah, and got bashed up. So yeah, I never protest, Amber. I had a little dabble at Epping on Sunday night just for the crack, really. I thought, whatever. I'll be a twat. I'm pretty good at that. That was a brilliant protest. I mean, it was what happened, whether it was deliberate or not, I don't know. You can be conspiratorial as you want. I don't know how to pronounce your name, mate, so I'll call you. I could call you Whiner. I'll call you. I can't even see your football badge. Do I think the protests worked? Yeah, I think they have. I think they've had a big impact. It's simple as that. I think they've had a massive impact. I'd love to go to a Crowborough protest, Lexus, but it's a long way from here, and they start at 9 a.m. I think I'd have to get up at about 4 a.m. to go. It's just a bit. What did I think about the Chelmsford? I thought the Chelmsford one was awesome. I think the turnout was good. The weather forecast was supposed to be lots and lots of rain, so I think that must have put some people off of coming. But even so, I think the number was good. It was the speeches was absolutely brilliant. We've we've clipped some of the speeches out. Orla's speech was an absolutely fantastic, beautiful speech. Yeah, so it was brilliant. No, there weren't a lot of rain. We brought the gazebo. I mean, it's not big enough to fit in a whole protest. But I thought we would take at least some people, even if it's like disabled people or whatever, can get in and make sure they're out the rain and stuff. So we sort of brought that. But yeah, I love the pink ladies, whichever branch they're from. I know pink ladies from all different branches: Eben, Cheshunt, Islington, Kent. Um, I don't know, some other ones, I guess. Yeah, still a bit early for us, Lexus. Yeah, I don't blame you, Magnetic. That's kind of what we bought it for. People have got sensitive equipment, including us, because we use SLRs, and they're not waterproof at all. So, and I don't really want to cook one of my cook one of my cameras up. So that was the initial thought: is well, we can get out the rain, and then there's others there as well. And I thought, well, perhaps some elderly or disabled, or anybody, whatever. People would have to just fight over getting in there. Simple as that. They do get washed. They do get brushed under the carpet by the MSM forever, 100%. Because they either don't turn up or they turn up and just talk shit when they report it anyway. That's why we like to go to the protest, and we, as you know, live stream, and it is what you see. We point the camera, and you see it same as we do. You obviously don't see everything from our camera. There's other things going on, but you get to hear the stories from survivors and activists. You get to hear different statistics and facts and figures, which may or may not be true, but at least you've got a live stream. You can go back and review the live stream. You can check the facts if you want. You can also make a comparison between, for example, the United Kingdom rally. It's the best example. You can check the live streams, and you can see the disinformation that the MSM give. So numbers of people and blah blah blah. And they just spin it. They were all far right, which I think is a crock of shit. I think what we've got now is we've got far right, far left, and normal people in the middle. Some left lean and some right lean. And I speak to a lot of people who are supposed lefties, and if you can get them away from the handlers and have a chat with them, this proper left, people are left leaning or liberal, if you want, whatever you want to call it. We're all pretty much on the same page, to be honest with you. And if there's any lefties in here, I would give you some advice. Don't listen to any of the stewards. Don't listen to any of the speakers, and don't listen to any of the organisers. Use your own brain, because what the organisers do is tell the people on the left not to speak to anyone with cameras. And a lot of people on the who go to those left wing protests, they're not that far left, but they don't feel comfortable at a right wing protest. But like I say, if you get them, I've spoke to dozens and dozens and dozens of them. Most of them not on camera. Some of them are recorded. It's not very often I'll live stream them because they're fearful of cameras. So they get drawn into it, and then they get kind of controlled who they are allowed to listen to by the organisers and the stewards and all the rest of it. So that would be my advice to the left. Just be careful about about what they're telling you and who they're telling you. Don't let them tell them to do anything. Have your own mind. At least 4K. there's definitely 4,000 space. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you'd guesstimate it, but I just couldn't believe it. I could not believe. I knew there'd be big numbers, but I was shocked. I was lucky we got there earlier and straight down to the media pen, and I stayed there. I sent Chris off with the camera in the march, and I stayed at the media pen. But yeah, he had a right battle in there. It's mad. Yeah, I'd say you wouldn't be far wrong, Space. 1.5 million, 1.7, whatever. Potentially 2. I don't know. You'd think somebody would be able to do that by AI and kind of scan a bit and do. Perhaps they have and I've missed it. But I've never seen so many people in my life. Yeah, so I've seen a lot of new things this year that I've never seen before. Eben was the first time I'd ever seen a riot shield. I've never seen one before in my life, or a riot helmet or stuff. Never seen one. Crazy. And see somebody get 3 front teeth knocked out by a riot shield. Picked it up and went edge on, hit a bloke and knocked 3 of his teeth out. Yeah, they can estimate it. Apparently, it can be estimated by the number of cell phone pings. But my head knows. I ain't got a clue. I dare say if they wanted, they'd know. Right, what's the time? 11:30. Right, I'm going to. Yeah, I'd say Space. I'd say if you said 1.5 million, you'd be quids in. I think that's the biggest protest ever in this country. Hopefully it's a continuation of 2025, Amber. That's why I say everybody needs to be encouraged to do the best, to get out and still do the protests. A couple of hours out of your time. I know it's cold. It may be raining. Get a brolly. You got a couple of hours of. Did you remember that Space? Did you? Yeah, I stood right next to him. It's a couple of hours out of your day, a couple of hours of discomfort. But look what we're fighting for. So, I can only beg you, or anybody on here who watches this, another time, I beg you in my heart to keep this momentum rolling. I have spoke to, I don't know, at least half a dozen different police, and they've made it quite clear that basically they're sitting it out for the weather. They're waiting for the weather, for everybody to sign off and go and sit and put the feet up. So I'll speak to quite a few police. Yeah, it was a bit rough for Amber. It went smack straight out. 3 teeth and was on the floor. Yeah, temporary measure. He picked them up, and as a temporary measure, he super glued them back until he could get them sorted out. Mental though. It was crazy. That was. I couldn't believe what I was saying. First bloody protest for me, and kicked off. But I wouldn't have described it as a riot anyway. A lot of people said, "Oh, weapon riots," but I wouldn't say it was a riot. It was civil disturbance, and I'm not justifying it, but it was there was no civilian cars set on fire. There was no civilian windows getting bricked and, all of this kind of thing. There was some mirrors knocked off of the police vans, which I'm not condoning it. At the end of the day, we'll have to pay for it anyway. But a couple of lights got broke windscreen. But like I say, no civilian property was harmed or anything like that. So it was directed completely at the police. And some of the people paid extremely dearly for that. There's a young lad, and I believe I'm right in saying that he's got ADHD. I'm pretty sure it was ADHD. I know his dad from Epping. You all know the Epping bell ringer. And yeah, it was pissing about. It was a stunt. Nobody was armed. Nothing was damaged. Nothing was broken. He hopped onto a little low roof and rang the bell on the hotel. Big bell. It didn't even ring because there's a big cardboard bell. And that young lad got just over 2 years for that. And I don't care who hears me say it, but that's fucking disgraceful. That truly is. Just for being a bit of bit of fooling around. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But I could go on all night about things like that and the unfairness. We all know what the unfairness is. We do see it. Yeah, that was terrible. That is terrible, Amber. There was another 2 lads as well. I can't remember what they was charged with or what they got sentenced to, but there was at least 3 lads got charged from Epping. And after that, they would regularly try and arrest people. The tactic seems to be is to try and target the protest organisers in the hope that it will fall apart. So you've got to, I don't know, you've got to try and outwit them all the time. It's just, it's just mad. I was only woken up last year, Amber, so I'm terribly sorry. I'm late for the party. I was too busy sim racing, and I didn't watch any TV at all from 2018 up until last year. And the only thing what made me watch TV, well, it was actually YouTube rather than TV, was the Southport atrocity. And when it kicked off, Chris said, "Oh, bloody hell, there's some riots." So I've gone, really? So I've put YouTube on and boom, did a little search. Up come these. What the fuck's going on here? And of course, then my timeline's filled up with riots and Southport and everything what was going on, and I just couldn't believe it. And I have many a days where I think, I wish I'd never put that bloody TV on. But there you go. I'm awake now, and you can't close your eyes, can you? I don't think they'll break us, spaceman. I hope not. Anyway, I'm pretty sure they'll not break the Irish spirit too easy. Yeah, it's just a load of bullshit on mainstream. It really is. As soon as I kind of had my eyes opened, yeah, it's like Gran Turismo. As soon as I had my eyes open, I would then go back to Sky News, BBC, ITV, and flick through the news and see what they're reporting or seeing what they're saying, and make a comparison with social media, where I can actually see it with my own eyes what's happening. So it can't be lied about. It's being streamed live. And within about a week, I binned off the TV license. I don't need one. I don't watch anything they want me to pay a license for, and I'll never pay for one again. I would rather do anything than not pay. I'm not paying them. I don't watch anything at all live. So they can get stuffed. I'm not paying for it. And they continually keep proving that they can't be unbiased and even tell the truth. A good example, if you go on Tommy Robinson's YouTube channel and look for Panodrama, that's from 6 years ago. Give it a watch. It's not that long, maybe an hour, maybe 45 minutes to an hour. But that will show you 100% again the corruption. And that was Panodrama. It's called that because they was trying to fit Tommy up as a bit of a sex pest. And Tommy got wind of it and turned it back on to Panorama and done lots of undercover filming and all the rest of it. But watch the documentary if you haven't watched it. It's well worth watching. And there's a lot of other good documentaries on Tommy's channel, in fairness, if you haven't seen them. And his channel is back open. So... No, they don't forever. That's the fucking trouble, mate. They watch too much TikTok. And that TikTok, that's like a disease. It's like cancer, that place. I streamed on there one day, and it just pissed me off that I just couldn't put up with them. Like, just absolute imbeciles on there, so I just turned the stream off. I won't even stream a TikTok. They were nuts. But a lot of them are waking up. Yeah, TikTok. Yeah, it's shit place. It's just really is a shit place. They get on about social media. They could do with shutting TikTok down because that's a horrendous place. It's a bit like Blue Sky. And there is possibly more truth on TikTok, yeah. And that's saying some Amber. Yeah, they do. They watch shit. They live stream or whatever they do, videos and shit they do is dog shit. They promote the most ridiculous crap you've ever seen in your life. It's mad. But like I say, some of them are starting to wake up and, see what's happening to them. But we need more. So Gitson got a lot of life in him. I could last for 10 or 15 seconds, I think, if it come to it. But that's all right. I'll be cannon fodder if it all kicks off. You can all throw me at the enemy or something. Use me as a fucking battering ram. I'll try and do my bit. No, we need the young uns to get more awake. But like I say, a lot of the younger ones are, but they are younger. They're only, around the sort of 13, 14, 15 age. So... Oh, yeah, I remember. But the recession was coming, or I pray it doesn't come because some people will suffer through it. So hopefully I'm completely wrong. But this has got the potential to be twice as bad as the 2008 recession. And the 2020 one, we didn't really notice that much, to be honest with you, because the government was just printing money and propping it up, and we're in trillions of pounds worth of debt now. So, yeah, that's all right. We'll be carnival. We'll be people can grab hold of us and charge. We'll be battering rams. Yeah, Bebo. Chris used to be on Bebo. First chat for me was Microsoft Comic Chat. Back in the day. And it's bloody news groups like email news groups. They used to come through on your email client. The recession didn't happen, Amber, because the government just printed more money and turned it into debt and just propped the economy up. There was some recessionary effects on businesses, like some of them had to lose staff, some of them had to close down. They couldn't afford to keep open. But yeah, the government just propped the economy up. Quantitative easing, they called it. But what that means is get the presses going, sell more gilts, and then they then pay the money back on interest from the gilt market. Yeah, the best place for something like that, Liberty, would be either YouTube or Twitch. It depends on what you mean. If it's like historical stuff, probably YouTube. All of our live streams for gaming was Twitch. We didn't stream that much on YouTube. It was really hard to get the views. So. Hello, Sander Padawan. Hello, Mr. Music. What's happened? Yeah, YouTube's good as any. It's hard work, but there you go. Can't follow you, mate. Oh, here's Donkey. Look, he couldn't even click on the link and join the stream. What a toaster! He wants to come and wave at everybody with his ugly beard face. Yeah, he wrote space. Yeah. It's on its way. If you need to know something's afoot, something's a bit off somewhere, just watch the gold prices. That's a really good indicator. Because you normally speaking, you'll see fluctuations. It hasn't been doing it so much this time, but you'll see is the stock market drop and the gold prices go up because the investors start to want to put it in a safe haven, which gold is. Earlier in the year, gold was at 2,400, I think it was, an ounce, and that's when I decided to buy gold sovereigns. So I bought some gold sovereigns as just safety place to put my money in, and since then it's gone from 2,400 to just over 3,000. So once in my life I had a little bit of luck. It didn't all. I thought I'll buy that and it'll all drop. Yeah. That's Chris Waven, and he's opening a can of Dr. Pepper. We are Dr. Pepper addicts in this house, and coffee. You've only got to click that link what's in your Discord, donkey, and you can put your ugly face on here. Oh, he's worried about it's going to be portrait. Yeah, 80 quid. You done well there, Graham. Yeah, the last ones I bought, they was like just over 600 quid each. But the benefit of buying gold sovereigns is they always retain their value in gold weight, obviously. But they're not subject to VAT or capital gains tax. Whereas if you just buy, say, like a gold ingot or something, say 1 ounce gold ingot, you'd have to pay VAT and capital gains tax on it. So because sovereigns are coin of the realm, you don't have to. But I don't know where to go with gold now. It's gone up to £3,000. Over £600. Some of them I paid 700, 50, I think, was probably about the most expensive one. But they're actually commemorative sovereigns. They come in a commemorative display, little square display box and whatever, like for the Queen's Jubilee. I think one of them was. It's just a it's just a safe haven away from cash, if you like, money in your bank. So what I do is I try my best to keep. Silver is more investable at the minute space. The trouble is with silver, you have to buy 15 ton of it to make it worthwhile. Because of the value is different. It does go up, Liberty, but it's slow. It's not a great investment, but it's a good safe haven. So that's why I bought it. And I got some in an Acer, which no doubt some of you people have got an Acer. Try and keep a little bit of cash, but that don't go too well. But I try and keep a little bit handy if the cash points and shit all go down. Yeah, so there you go. Oh, and get my vest. Get my vest. I'll show you how safe I feel now. I know you're going to think I'm paranoid, but this is only when I go to dodgy protests or places like London or Birmingham. Cash is cash, king Amber. Although I have money in the bank, I'll go to the cash point, I'll draw it out in cash and spend it. I can't see where the bloody thing is now. Oh, that's right. Hang on, fucking hell. There you go. Let me see, where's the badge? Oh yeah, that's good. That's a green badge. So it's working with my green screen. I'll tell you what it says. That's a ballistic and knife. HO1 plus KR1. That's a police vest. That's ex-police stab and bulletproof vest. So if I go to cities and stuff, I'll stick that on. I thought it sounds a bit paranoid, but if you land on the ground with a knife in your chest, you think, fuck, I wish I'd bought that stab vest. Yeah, well, this is my sim rig, Graham. This is all my sim rig. You can't see the sim gear because my camera, what I usually have there, I've removed. But yeah, this all in front of me here is all sim rig. So. Yeah, they don't want you to have cash, Liberty. That's why, would I rather have 50 grand in cash or 50 grand in gold? I'd rather have 50 grand in gold. It's sadly necessary, Amber. But I don't care. People call me paranoid, but I don't care. It keeps me warm as well. I'm really warm there. The police don't like it. I asked this inspector, I said, these vests keep you warm, don't they? He said, what? I said, stab vest. I said, it's the same as yours. Eh? Yeah, this is sort of crap we use. This is Croesus. He's got his own sim rig as well. Yeah, I said to one of the inspectors, I said, I keep you warm. And he gave me a real funny look. I said, yeah, it's the same as yours. I said, it's ex-police. He's gone, where'd you buy that from? I said, off the internet. And he's like, what the fucking hell, mate? I don't know. Perhaps I'm not supposed to sell them. I don't know. But there's a shop on there's a place on the internet. It's called One Stop Cop Shop. It's not actually that hard to remember. It's One Stop Cop Shop, and they do ex-police stuff. I was tempted. They got riot helmets with a shield. I was tempted to buy a riot helmet just to piss them off. No, we're at Norfolk Liberty, sort of kind of out in the sticks, mate, miles from nowhere. We're kind of on the Cambridgeshire, Norfolk, Lincolnshire, and Suffolk border. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's black. I don't think it's. We're not a million miles from Dis. I did a little stream from Dis, didn't I, from that old people's home or whatever it was going to be. Yeah, Wendy helmets are good forever, but they're a lot more expensive than the right helmet. Somewhere, kind of. Oh, was it, mate? Oh, yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, yeah, it's the dis protest. Yeah, right. I'm thinking of bloody Wyndham. Yeah, I was thinking of Wyndham, but yeah, dis. We done a protest, didn't we? Yeah, Wendy helmets are really good, but unfortunately, I think the last time I looked there was about 500 or 600 quid. Wendy helmets. That's what U.S. military use them. There's a GT3. There's a GT3 wheel space for GT3 racing. Yeah, you should better find it. It's a military helmet, but they're really good. Wendy helmets. Most of the US military kit is good. It's better than ours, most of it, if not all of it. Yes, it's a GT3 wheel. Oh. They probably don't know what Virtus is either. They got loads of military kit here though. Yeah, military kit's good. Yeah, we got full military kit. What we bought, like what do they call it? Bloody army surplus. So we got Virtus's body armor. That's the latest military body armor. We've got I can't remember the name now. I don't know what I had, like I said. What? We got Osprey body armor and all the full camo, ex-military stuff. Yeah, we got some tech ammo. I don't know whether I can plug this. I don't know whether I dare plug this camera. I got another camera just here. I got this. I got this Elgato camera. I can plug that into USB-C. Trouble is, I run the risk if I start pissing about with it now, it'll crash my USB. So I'll set it up next time. I'll show you. I'll show you the rig. It's covered in dust. I'll show you a little bit of my rig. Yeah. Too much bloody tech sometimes. Right. Well, it's midnight here, guys. I don't know about you. I'm gonna. I could go to a protest in full military kit. I could really freak him out. Chris is ex-military. and we started doing airsoft while he was in the military. So we used to do a lot of military. What am I talking? A lot of airsoft. Sorry. So we got a lot of airsoft, all replicas. So we got like full M4, like special forces, whatever. They're 100% replica M4s, Glocks. What? Yeah, it's Dev Crew, HK14, bloody 416, sorry. But they're 100% replica in size, weight, look. I think if we did that, Amber, they'd probably shoot us. I'll turn up with my Glock in this holster. And again, it's like 100% replica Glock. You can't tell the difference. It's made by the Glock. It's an airsoft. It's an airsoft pistol. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't do that. I'll definitely get shot. Right, guys. So I'm gonna call it quits. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say it's 4:20 yet, and leave you guys to it. We're gonna try and do this again Wednesday. Hopefully, but you know I'm a bit what's thingy called now? I can't remember. Peterborough. Fire support. If you Google fire support space, I don't know whether they'll ship it to Ireland though. But the trouble is to do airsoft and use those replicas. You have to have basically it's a kind of a license. Yeah. A what? I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, so yeah, look up fire support airsoft. They do all the good stuff. But yeah, it's full replica. Real nice bit of kit. Yeah, we got all that shit. Grenades and all manner of, not real grenades. Anybody listening? Airsoft. This is all for airsoft. Right. Anyway, I'm going to leave it to it, guys. If not, I'll be here forever. We're going to try and do this again Wednesday. It'll be Chris as well. It's probably a bit short notice, but I'll try and get another guest to pop in just for a chin wag. Nothing too serious. You can bring subjects, whatever. You can even come up on the screen. So it won't save us forever, but it'll sting. It'll sting like fuck. Yeah. Yeah, Chris had a tooth shot at. All right. Good night, guys. Love you all. Thanks loads for joining us. Like I say, it's a bit of a test. We'll try and get it back on Wednesday, and we'll try and refine it up a little bit and, do our best. So thank you very much for joining me. I ain't got a clue how to start. Oh, up here. Thanks very much for joining me. God bless you all. You all stay safe. We'll get there. We'll get there. Have faith. Have faith. Love you guys. God bless. Bye.